Hi ARK fans, welcome to ARK Invest Daily, your daily dose of ARK information. Today we'll be going over the weekly summary. Last week's summary, that is July 6th to July 9th. It was a short week because of long weekend because of the 4th of July. So it's going to be a quick video. Please stay with me. Please like and subscribe because that helps me with the YouTube algorithms. And I'll see you on the other side. Thank you. Hi ARK fans, welcome back. In ARK summary section, we keep an eye on high-level numbers like market value, and the total market value that ended on Friday was 47.6 billion for all the funds combined. So these are all the funds. This is their percentage. So ARKK is 50% of the overall funds. That's the biggest fund that they have, and then ARKG, WFQ, X, Print Israel. ARKX, Print, and Israel are very small percentages, so we generally don't go over those, but we still keep an eye on it at a high level. So they started the week with 48.37 billion, dipping down all the way to 46.83 billion, and then coming back up on the last day, 47.56 billion. So that is good news. Hopefully the trend continues, but we'll see. Let's quickly take a look at each one of these. So if I click on ARKK, it will show only ARKK numbers, which is 24.25 billion, ending in 23.76 billion. Which is basically going to drag the overall thing down. And ARKG Genomics, 9.53 billion, ending in 9.39 billion. ARKW Next Generation Web, 6.18 billion, down to 6.05 billion. ARKF FinTech is 3.94 billion, ending in 3.9. And let's see, ARKQ, which is 3 billion, ending in 2.89 billion. ARKX is too small to move the needle, but look at that, it is up compared to the beginning of the week. Let's see, Print, it's down compared to the beginning of the week. Israel is also down. So only fund that is up, if that was up last week, is ARKX. Anyway, so this is the overall high level picture. The fund is down a little bit less than a billion, but yes, it is down. Now, in terms of total number of companies that they are invested in, these are the number of companies in each of these funds. If you sum that up, it's not going to total up to 270 because there are companies that are present in multiple funds. But the total number of companies increased from 269 to 270. So there is one new company that was added. So we will see which one that is and whether it is really truly a new company. So let's go over the biggest moves now quickly. So we have selected 6% to be the threshold this week. Last week was a short week, not a lot of movement in percentage of shares, and these are the companies that qualify that criteria. So percentage of shares changed for these companies is 6% or more, or either on the positive side or they got rid of it 6% or more, so positive or negative. And this is their ranking in the 270 companies that they're invested in. So Dassault Systems SE, they added 400% more shares. When I hover over it, you will see more information. Even though it was the biggest move in terms of percentage shares, look at this, hardly any movement in the market value there. So if I hover over these, you'll see that it is present in Print and ARKX. So space exploration and 3D printing ETF. So let's see, number of shares increased from 0.8 to 0.18 to 0.89, and stock price decreased from 248 to 50. So generally this happens when there is a split in the share. So I'm pretty sure this is because of the split of the share. So we should actually get rid of this because this is not really a biggest move. Let's remove that. Then next one is Farfetch Class Limited, rank 115. This is a new company that they recently invested in, so not a lot of data points there, and it is typical of them to, when they start investing in a company, they start initially they invest quite a bit in that week or couple of weeks to make it a significant portion of the investment, and that's what has happened here. It's present in only ARKW. Stock price, not hardly any movement there, starting the week with 48.6, ending in 49. And it is 38.5 million move, so it's pretty good. Quantum SI, another latest company that they have invested in, additionally 23% shares added there, rank 131 in their 270 companies, present in ARKG, and 600,000 shares added almost, making a difference of 10.5 million. Stock price kind of constant, a little bit above, what, $1 above actually. So that's that. Recursion Pharmaceuticals, 12% extra shares added there. 17.2% is the difference. Stock price going up a little bit. Woozy Smart Glass Company, 11% shares extra added there. Not a big movement in terms of market value though, as you can see, and the stock price also went down, and hence combined effect is 3.8 million. UiPath, only company which is present in all the 6 ETFs. This is crazy. I broke the news when they first invested in this company. On the very first day itself, they started position in all the 6 ETFs. Many people, many YouTubers picked it up really late, but this is where you will see, because I'm able to do the diff from previous day for all their position. That's the unique point of this channel, that we do the diff and we find these things for you, the truly biggest movements and new companies that are removed. And also we are able to do these aggregates like weekly aggregate, quarterly, monthly, etc. Then you have, yeah, this 9% shares added made a big difference in market value, is 115 million. So truly biggest move there, but it is also because of share price went up. Fit Therapeutics, 7% extra shares there. You have 68.5 million total number of market value change. And in terms of negative, let's look at the most negative, most red one is Raven Industries, 34% removed. Then you have Huya, 27% removed. KE Holdings, 14% removed. Tencent, 12% removed. And this is making a big difference, 54.1 million. Then you have Intercontinental Exchange, Roku, also 8% removed. Wow, this is one of their biggest, rank 5, as you can see, 8% removed there, causing a big difference of 151.2 million. Then you have Bristol Myers Squibb, then you have 0.72 million removed there. Now we'll take a look at biggest move by market value. Let's change this threshold back to 0 for this week, and then let's add some threshold to market value. And that's that. We added 14 million. Now market value could be a function of two things, right? Not only shares movement, but also if the stock price change. Hence, we take a look at biggest move two ways. No other YouTubers does that. So here's Coinbase is the truly biggest move here. 5% shares added, but and it's present in 3 ETFs. But the stock price started going back up. They have been invested in Coinbase since their IPO, and the stock price was 300 something at that point. So yeah, it is still red for them, but a good week for Coinbase at least. So that's great. Then you have UiPath, again, the company that popped up in this chart. Also, we are not going to go over it again. Very positive move there. Then you have Fate Therapeutics. Also, we went over that. Then you have Palantir Technologies, negative. So 1% removed. This is more like an adjustment when they have 1% movement, but it is negative there, as you can see. Square minus 1% again, but because the stock price has kind of gone down a little bit for Palantir as well. So those are the bigger factors there. To Simple Holdings, stock price going down. You have Zillow Group, stock price going down, and I'm also trimming a little bit. Tencent is the one that I want to put a spotlight on today. Let's see, 12% removed. And stock price kind of, it did not go down by a lot. Then you have Shopify, 1% removed or adjusted, as you can say, 58.9 million. Then you have Zoom video communication, stock price going down there as well. Beam Therapeutics, stock price going down. Then you have Teladoc Health, stock price going down. And the biggest one is Roku that we already went over. They reduced a lot of shares there. So I think that there are two candidates for spotlight today, Tencent and Roku. Let's take a look at quickly overall portfolio. It's all it's more red than green. That's what market value trend showed us. But the good thing is Coinbase is the greenest green, and Tesla, including Tesla as well, a little bit green there. Roku is the reddest red, as we saw in the data as well in the biggest moves. Now let's take a look at any new companies. If you remember in the trend chart, it showed one new company added, which is this Dassault Systems. But the fact is that this has always been there in their portfolio. It's just that it's called something else now, because looks like they have split they have done a split of shares, and hence the stock price is gone 1/5 or 1/4, no, 1/5 actually, from 250 to 50. And hence it looks like as if it's a new company, because the ticker symbol is also different, DSYFP. And that's so not truly a new company there. No company removed this week, only one new added, but it's not truly new. Now let's put a spotlight quickly on some shares, the ones that we thought were the biggest moves. So let's increase the date range to all the way to January, since when I've been collecting this data, and let's select Roku, and also let's also select Coinbase. Those were the two biggest moves. No, in terms of negative, right? There was Roku, and there was one more negative move. Let's see what that was. Again, going back to biggest moves just to check that. Tencent. Yeah, both are in terms of negative and both are big companies, and hence we are putting some spotlight there. Roku and oops, all selected again. So let's remove that. Roku is one I want to select, and then we want to select Tencent. Those two. So that's those are the trends for Roku and Tencent, and I've selected all the data range that I've been collecting data from since beginning of the year. Tencent, they started with 10.4 million for this date range number of shares. They kept on reducing overall. They have kept on reducing, and more recently, this is the biggest one last week that they have reduced 10.4 million to 4.9 million shares now. Stock price has been kind of as you can see, roller coaster, finally going back up to where it was at the earlier in the year. 469 is the highest one. It was 459 here. Yeah, so somehow ARK has been reducing the shares. Oops, actually I mixed it up. Sorry. So this one is for Tencent, and this is its stock price actually, stock price trend. So 92.4 is where it started and ended in 70.8. And hence it has gone down quite a bit. And this is the market value it has. They have held for Tencent. Started the year with 0.96, right now 0.35. So about 1/3 now. So that's Tencent. And in terms of for Roku, as you can see, they started with 4.9 million shares, ending in 3.8 million shares. So overall negative. They've reduced shares since the beginning of the year. And this is the market value trend. As you can see, it's back to original levels now almost, and the market value that they hold was nearly 2 billion in the beginning of the year, and now it is 1.62 billion. So that's the impact. So let's see in terms of ranking. Roku has been always in top 5, looks like. Yeah, it was top 3 actually in initial part of the year. Went down to 4 and even 5 at one point, and then back to 3 actually for some time, and then now back to 5. So that's Roku. This is a messy chart, but at the same time it becomes very useful when you're looking at the trend of a company moving up or down. Let's take a look at Tencent quickly to see, and it's present in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ETFs. So UiPath, as you know, is the only company present in all 6. This is the next one closest second, which is Tencent. Oh, look at that. It was in top 10 since the time I've been recording, and it has gone down to rank 36 now. So rank 35, 36 actually. So yeah, interesting. So they have been removing their investment from this company for sure. So those are the 2 companies I wanted to put a spotlight on. Please like and subscribe, guys, and that will help this channel to reach out to more people and help me with the YouTube algorithms as well. So, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.